All right, let's get started. Well, first of all, thank you for sharing your updates, Fred. It's great. I can't wait to work with you and yeah, have VM anomaly on cloud. I think it would be a super feature for all of our users. And also, thank you, Alex, for that great presentation. Like, super cool. I will explain now in a second with an example why I think this is very cool. So let's talk about what happened in the last quarter by this awesome team. And by the way, in case you don't know about cloud, it's like, VictoriaMetrics just runs in the cloud. We manage it for you. We give you an endpoint. You don't need to worry about it. So in case you didn't try it yet, it's free for a while, so you can just test it. Go ahead, the web page, and get started. And you can actually these guys were discussing, hey, what's the best or easiest way to test this? You can also test it in cloud, as I will explain in a second. So I will share the updates, as I said, but let's just get to it, right? So first of all, we've been adding some enhancements to the access tokens, meaning that now you can easily just in the UI create access tokens per tenant, and this makes it like super easy for you, because one of the main the reasons why you would want an enterprise solution is just to be able to define your team and put some security enforcement and saying, okay, you can only read in this path, and you will write here and separate across your team, so things don't get messy. So with this one, you can just with a few clicks do it. And now we have this new UI to do that. And now, if you go again to the access token section, you will see that now we have you can check to which tenant every token is related to, because it's always super recommended to create a token per thing you do, like, okay, I'm writing data from this cluster here, okay, just create that token, and so forth, right? So here you can check, and also you can check usage, like, hey, I created this tenant, and are we using it? No, then let's just remove it, right? So that's now part of the UI, and you can also check in the monitoring section if also their usage, like if someone is going over some limits, or if you misconfigured something, so you are getting a lot of requests and whatnot per tenant. So here, this is also an improvement, but you can also check it in the documentation, right? Let's go back to where we started today. There's a lot of MCP. Now you can, since not long ago, now you can yell at cloud. You can talk to VictoriaMetrics Cloud, and it's easy with an integration. If you are a user, you would already know that VictoriaMetrics Cloud helps in integrations by you just need an endpoint and the token that we were discussing a seconds ago, right? So here we help you, as Alexander was mentioning earlier. Here we give you the prompts and everything, or the settings that you need. And actually, I used it myself this weekend. I was preparing this thing, and it was so cool. So you were discussing about how nice it is to do it with cloud, for example. With Visual Studio Code is as simple as that as well. And here, just to give you an example, I was just asking, hey, about my metrics that nobody knows about them, right? Like how they are behaving. I was asking, hey, how is my service that is called in this way behaving? And it just told me, this is an instance running in the cloud. I just gave it the URL and the token, as I said. And it just told me, hey, it's running okay. You are sending this number of requests and this number of successful responses. And this was the average response time. So I don't even need to care about creating a Grafana dashboard or anything. I can just ask this thing, and it's not hallucinating. And I was surprised by that, because when I was typing this, I was like, okay, this is going to be so bad. It was perfect. So it's so cool. I really want to second what Alex said. Try it, because it's very, very useful. Let's continue with more things. You don't need to just shout out the cloud in natural language. You can always do it in the language you love, which is coding in Golang, I guess, if you're here. And for that, there is a new API lib that you can check on the VictoriaMetrics GitHub, and it will allow you to just talk to cloud in your code, right? So that's there as well. And if we continue with more updates and integrations, I guess if you are a metrics user, you are an alerts user, and then you know this page, right? Which is the awesome Prometheus alerts and rules. And why I'm talking about this, there is a new integration type. If you go to the console, that is called alerting and recording rules, right? So it's not only data ingestion, visualization. Now there's also a dedicated one, and we help you by importing these awesome rules in your cloud instance, and then you can select which one you want to use. For example, hey, I'm using Node Exporter, and I am really interested in get a notification when I get out of space in my disk. Then you can just select it and apply it, and then you will just have that already enabled for you. So the only last step you need to do is to set it again, and you will be receiving those alerts. So it's super convenient, and yeah, we will really love to hear your feedback about it. But as you know, cloud is really about making things easy for you. So I think this was a great feature implemented by the team, and it was super cool. So let's continue. The last thing I wanted to say about integrations today is that we have also migrated, let's say, or implemented in the documentation across with other improvements, a mirror of what we do in the code in the cloud. So now, for example, this is the experience that you will get when you get to VictoriaMetrics documentation. You will be able to just check and create all the snippets by yourself, and in the this is an attempt again to try to make things easy for you. For example, in this example, I was showing OpenTelemetry, which is an awesome project that I love, but sometimes it can be very hasty to, okay, how do I create all these files? How do I put things easy? With this one, and we got good feedback about it, we just give you the collector the collector configuration, so you can just copy paste and move on with your life, right? If you are interested about this, we Alexander and myself, we wrote a blog post, so it's on the blog page, so don't miss it. With this, as you have seen and Artyom was mentioning earlier, there's been a full rework on documentation, how it looks like. And in cloud, we are also putting a lot of attention to this. And you can find more sections, and hopefully everything is improving, as we move on. So yeah, there are new pages as well. And those was like big things. Also, if you were listening earlier today, there's this super cool metrics statistics API, and now it's supported. This means that it's just enabled for you to use, and in the UI it's also there. You can check like, hey, which metrics are not used. We will work more to make it like more available to you in terms of in the UI, super easy. But right now it's just available. We upgraded the instances, so they all have this version with it enabled, and so you can go ahead and test it. And And yeah, and I also wanted to mention that the team's been working to improve some fixes in alerting the user experience there, and regular, like improvements, security updates, and so forth. Just an update worth to mention. We have enabled TLS 1.3 in our load balancers, and that improves security policies. And we will, we believe it's time to now deprecate super old TLS version. So you can expect that to happen like in 3 months, more or less. And yeah, we will write a blog post and we will contact all of you. There are no much folks using it, just some of them. We will contact you and tell you, hey, go to a more secure standard version, right? And that's it for what happened. But what's coming, as you may already know or think, if you were thinking about this, of course, VictoriaLogs is coming to cloud. And how close are we? Well, I was super surprised while I was preparing what I just mentioned. I was checking and I saw Mr. Mitro Kozlov had one instance deployed, and then I could play with it. And we're pretty close. And so right now, this is how it will look like. If you are familiarized with our UI, you will also see some improvements we are doing. This doesn't stop. We will continue. And this is not a metrics instance. This is a logs instance. Of course, this is in our staging and testing environment. And it's kind of cool because I got excited. And then when I was with some friends discussing, and I was telling, hey, we're doing this, and I showed them my mobile phone, and they gave me super good feedback about the UI as well, like how easily you can save queries and track your history. That's something that not everybody has, and the open source team has put a lot of effort in that, and it's super cool and easy to just navigate all your logs and filter them and all of that. So kudos to everyone involved. And as you can see, this is coming. This is very close. Just some words on what I just mentioned. And we are also enabling super soon a new region in Asia. We are expanding in Singapore this time. But in case you need a new region, just let us know. We will make that happen soon enough. And we, as I said, we are also doing major UI changes. As you can see now with metrics, then logs, and we will have later traces if you've been taking a look. Then our UI needs to also reflect that, and we are going. The VictoriaMetrics Cloud platform is will undergo a lot of changes to show everything that we can do. And that's everything I had. Again, pass by the platform. It's super easy to get started and take a look. And thank you. That was what I wanted to share today.
Thank you so much. Amazing, especially about logs. You did not mention ATA for logs. So that's a good question.
That's a good question, and I don't have an answer. But what I would say, I just don't want to push the team. As you can see, they're doing a super great job. It's going to be this year for sure. I mean, I am already amazed. I thought like I wouldn't imagine we were at this going to be at this stage today. So yeah, I think it's going to be soon.
Perfect. We have one question. Where customer users can find changelog for cloud?
That's a great question. And we are actually having internal discussions from time to time about this. So today, the approach is what we do is every quarter, I am writing a blog post with the team and publishing it like this one, right? With all these updates, so you can read it. We can also, we are evaluating putting the same information in the changelog in the docs. And we may do it soon, because I see we have interest on that.
Nice. Thank you. And last question from my side. I'm really subjective on this topic, and I want to have this feature. So we have tracking ingested metrics API. I talked about that previously. You have option to add recording and alerting rules. When I will have an option to see non-queryable results of the recording rules. So I have recording rules. You evaluate it every X minutes, seconds. Definitely that will be some usage for metrics behind it. But recording will produce the metrics. And if these metrics has 0 in queryable part, I want to delete this recording rule when I have this feature in cloud.
You know, I have a little bird telling me right now that he's working on that. So I guess you will have it very soon.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I know that currently it's achievable in open source VictoriaMetrics in cloud by doing 2 calls, or if you use common recording rules named with a semicolon, you just can call semicolon, and that's will be result. But the pure integration will be awesome, especially if it's not a Prometheus compatible naming pattern, and you, for example, say data through OpenTelemetry or Telegraph. Some highlights. Please don't limit yourself to ingestion protocols. If you send data to VictoriaMetrics Cloud using any of the protocols like Graphite, Influx, OpenTelemetry, you still can use relabeling. You still can use alerts and recording rules for that, and streaming aggregation as well. Okay.
Yeah, totally. We will.
Okay. Thank you, Jose. Thank you for your presentation. I see a couple questions regarding Victoria traces that you mentioned previously. We answered them during our AMA session. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.